We'll talk a little bit about your cancer journey. And
Yeah.
of course, you've spoken so much about it, but it continues to deliver a lot of strength
Yeah.
to people and across the world, right? Because it is unfortunately a part of so many people's
Yeah.
lives, millions of people's lives. But your life has come full circle in the sense that you overcame it, and even that was in a very public way. You overcame it. A lot of it comes from mindset, right? Like anything that you go through in life which is of this stature and this kind of, you're so consumed, comes from a place of mindset. So I want to delve a little bit deeper into that. When you first found out about your diagnosis, what was your mindset at that point, and then how did it evolve from there?
Well, it was very normal reaction that this can't be happening to me.
Right. Yeah.
That was my first reaction, that no. Next test is going to show that this was a wrong
Wrong.
test.
Yeah.
You hope for that this is the report has got mixed, and you hope for all of those things. And then till you come to a point where you realize there's no report getting mixed and nothing of that sort is happening. And it's still it does affect till
Yeah.
today. When I talk about that phase, though I've been very lucky. I'm very grateful. I've had great support system. I've had a support system that could get me the treatment that I got. There is all of that, but yeah, in the sense of, I agree with you about that. It is mindset about everything.
Correct.
But yes, first reaction is always to be in denial. And the faster you get out of the denial, the faster you can move ahead.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're going to be in a limbo,
Yeah.
going around in circles, because that is the reality. And you can't change that reality. So the faster you accept it. So the mindset of accepting that this has happened, till you don't accept it, you can't move on from there.
Correct.
So it was important for me to accept that fact. I would wake up thinking that, it was a nightmare and things are different. But it was not. You woke up and that was still the reality. So, yeah, you came to a point where you said, okay, this is what it is. And the first question that I'd asked, this can't be happening to me. And it is about me. Why me? Why this can't be happening to me? Why is it happening to me? And then you kind of question that, what is this me?
Yeah.
What is this me that I'm so worried about? And so what is the me? And then you kind of start questioning that, and you accept that, yes, it is happening to you, whatever that you is. And then you accept the fact that this is the reality, and how do I move from here?
Yeah.
And the question that helped me do that was when I asked myself, instead of why me, I started asking myself, why not me?
Yeah.
And the moment I could change that question to why not me, it helped me. Because when I asked myself, why not me? It gave me all the reasons why I was more equipped to deal with it than, say, my sister.
Right.
And if it was my sister or my child or my husband going through it, I think it would be worse for me.
Yeah.
Because, to have to live through somebody you love dearly, or if I see my parents going through it, that is so much more difficult. Yeah. So suddenly, why not me helped me understand that it's better that it's me than somebody you really love. Watching them go through it is worse than you going through it.
Yeah.
And you also realize that, why not me? I have the support system. I have a husband who has dragged me to the best place in the world to get the best treatment. They've been fast about it. So why not me? I have the strength to deal with it. So that means somewhere I have it in me and I can deal with it. That's why it's been dealt to me.
Yeah.
Which means I am strong enough. So I just need to tap into that strength and move ahead from there.
Wow. Yeah, that why not me is
Yeah.
such an important and relevant question, right?
Yeah.
It gives you the perspective that sometimes it's dealt your way because you can be dealt those cards
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not the other way around.
Yeah. So then after that, it was like, so what is my learning in this? Because then when I say why not me, then you start, other than the fact that you say that thank God it's me and not my child or not my parents or not my sister, husband, etc., then you start also, the next thing that you look at is also that why has it happened to me? So then that means there is definitely a place, I've reached a place where I need to grow from. And maybe this is a lesson for me. There's something that will teach me.
Correct.
And the moment you take whatever has come your way as your teacher, then the upbringing that you have, where you respect your teacher, kicked into place for me.
Right.
And I started looking at my disease as my teacher.
Wow.
And then I looked at how was it going to help me grow.
So what are some of the things that you learned?
I'm still learning. I think the changes, because, you as human beings, you fall into old patterns very easily. And I do tend to fall into those patterns, and then I have to remind myself that you're falling back into the pattern. So the growth continues, and the phases are different. So the initial was healing. You learned how to heal. You learned, you learned how. I mean, it sounds very trite when you say this, or like, something that is being thrown, and now you see it on a lot of people talking about it. It feels like some Instagram hack or a WhatsApp knowledge.
Like a bumper sticker.
Yeah, something like that. But the fact is that, the first few lessons are of what is your inner strength. The mindset that you said, understanding what your mindset is, understanding that human body is, you never pay attention to your body, and you don't even understand how tiny a part of you are, and how much is the body. And somehow for me, the me and the body started kind of separating at that point of time. And I started understanding how much this body does for me, and that how I don't respect it at all, and I don't give it back, and how I take it for granted. And just the fact that I need to respect this body which sustains me was one of the first lessons, and an obvious lesson that came from it. And then you start building from there. As you understand and you start respecting your body, then you start respecting your mind. Then you start understanding that health is holistic. You cannot compartmentalize health. You can't have a great healthy physique and an unhealthy mind. You're unhealthy. Or a healthy mind but an unhealthy body. It needs to be holistic. And then you realize it's not just the mind and the body, but there is something which is not tangible. And then you start looking at what is it that is not tangible. And that's the hardest question, because you can get to the physical, then you get to the mental, and that intangible third thing that you look for, I'm still looking for it. I can't find it, but I know it's there. And that intangible third part of this mix also needs to be healthy.
Correct.
And so now 6 years down the line, that's where somewhere I am, where I can't still find my way there, but I'm looking for it. And I feel that when you come to the phase, when you're ready for it, it will come.
It'll come to you.
Yeah.